Good morning. Welcome to the sixth brief morning message of this campaign of prayer and devotion. Today is the 8th of February 2021, and the Lord is inviting us to draw near so that He may remind us a significant spiritual principle which plays an important role and determines whether our prayers are received. Further, it defines our relationship with the Lord. This prayer and devotion campaign started on February 1 when the Lord drew our attention to Matthew 7:7. He gave a call for this month of February that we dedicated to asking from the Lord that it may be given to us, to seeking that we may find, and to knocking through this daily commitment so that every closed door that is hindering us may be opened, that we may conquer the promises and experience the blessings of the Lord in our lives. When someone goes to a warlike campaign, it is enough to be well prepared on his own, or is it? Well, it is equally needed that he knows the strength of the enemy to put up a resistance. And if we first remove the enemy's capacity to resist, well, is it not then so much easier to defeat him in the battlefield? Therefore, the battle and the victory are determined from before on the basis of how much we can remove the enemy's ability to resist us. In Matthew 7:7, where the Lord is calling us to ask, seek, and knock, He starts the chapter from verse 1 by explaining how decisive is our relationship with others. So let's read from Matthew 7:1. Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Hypocrite, in verse 5 now. First remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. This is an exhortation for self-examination and cleansing before we even begin to pray, asking, seeking, and knocking. This is made even clearer in the words of Jesus that we read yesterday. Let's go back to Mark 11:24. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. But now let's read also 25. And whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, that your Father in heaven may also forgive you your trespasses. In other words, if we want to receive answers to our prayers, we must first take care of the issues of our relations to others. Even more so, if we have judged or if we have not forgiven. This determines that we shall indeed be judged by the same measure, and we shall not be forgiven when it comes to our own failures. It is the very same thing that we find in the Lord's Prayer, which is a model of how to pray. You know, the Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let's read Matthew 6:12. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Now let's skip to verse 14 and 15. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. One of the most important reasons that the Lord calls us from time to campaigns of prayer and devotion, such as this one, which resemble war campaigns that demand attention, effort, and focus on the task at hand. It's because He wants to bring to the surface the hidden sins of our heart, so that we may remember whom we need to forgive and from whom we ought to ask for forgiveness, so that every legal right from Satan, every legal right he uses to hinder us, to keep doors closed, to resist our prayers, every such legal right may be removed. Then Satan will no longer be able to resist our prayers. In other words, when we go to the battle of prayer, we shall be victorious, and nothing will hinder us from receiving from God. When we have first overcome the resistance to our prayers, by removing every legal right from the accuser, then we shall indeed be victorious in the battle of prayer, and we will indeed conquer the promises of the Lord.